Thank you, Madam President. As you well know, I'm the new guy here. In the past, I watched government shutdowns from afar. They never made sense to me. And now I'm seeing one up close, and I can confirm that government shutdowns are senseless. And this one seems to be one of the most senseless ones of all. But what's it about? Why, for 38 days, would the government be shut down? Well, I know this. On day one, I sat in this chamber, listened to the Majority Leader, John Thune, explain to our Democrat colleagues, open the government, and we'll negotiate on any priorities you want to discuss. So those have been the ground rules from day one. It sounded fair to me. Seems like that's a fair way to do it. But apparently that was not good enough for my Democrat colleagues, some of them who said that the shutdown was necessary to provide leverage to get the policies they wanted to, and they needed to stand up to President Trump. Well, congratulations. Congratulations for setting the record for the longest government shutdown in American history. Hope you're proud. But it came at an enormously expensive price, a very, very high price. And for who is paying that high price? It came at the expense of your constituents. That's who. That's who is paying the price for the government shutdown. And the reality is this, though. President Trump was elected overwhelmingly by the majority of Americans just a year ago. He'll be in office for 3 more years. I know that for many of my colleagues, they don't like that prospect. But that's the reality. That's how we do this in America. We elect presidents every 4 years. And he was elected overwhelmingly by the American people. So I certainly hope, in standing up to him, you do not intend to keep the government shut down for 3 more years. For the process that you're using to gain leverage through your record-long government shutdown is at the price of the American people. They are the ones that are suffering from this, not the people in this chamber, the American people. They are the collateral damage for your leverage. That's who's paying the price for the political game. And who are the they? Who are the they that's paying this price? Well, they are SNAP beneficiaries who don't know if they'll be able to afford food. They are the TSA agents and air traffic controllers who are missing paychecks, some of them having to take other jobs. Probably some of them will soon need to resign because they won't be getting a paycheck and they'll need to find some way to put food on the table. And what's the result of that? Flights being canceled. It's disrupting lives of American people all around the country. That's the price of trying to gain leverage. Congratulations. The Capitol Police that protect this place and all of you, they're part of paying the price for this. They are going unpaid while they still remain on the job. The staff in this chamber, the staff that serves all of you to keep the floor open, to keep the clocks running on time, they pay the price. They're going without pay. Talked to a small business owner the other day who can't get their loan from the SBA. Small business owners are paying the price, and when they pay the price, so do their employees. In my own state of Ohio, 8,000 civilian employees were furloughed from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. The people that protect our country, they are paying the price for your leverage. These are real people, not bargaining chips. They have real jobs. They have important things that they do to serve our country. They are not bargaining chips for your political leverage. Republicans have voted time and time again to reopen government, cleanly, responsibly, and without games. The same thing that we've asked you to do. I've done it 14 times. My colleagues and I on this side of the aisle have voted 14 14 times to reopen the government. It's not unprecedented to pass a clean CR to reopen the government. In fact, during the Biden administration, when Republicans didn't run this chamber, they compromised with Democrats and voted 13 times to pass a clean CR to keep the government open, the same thing we've asked you to do 14 times, and you said no. There's a way forward right now, though. We can pass a funding bill today, get workers paid, keep America running, and then pair it with the firm commitment that has been given to debate and vote on the policies that divide us. That's how grown-ups govern, by the way. That's how grown-ups are supposed to do this. We don't always get our way. We debate it, we fight for our values, and we vote. And sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. That's what the majority leader of this body, John Thune, who is a man of his word, has said he would do. My Democrat colleagues say they don't want to give up their leverage in funding government until all of their demands are met. But let's be abundantly clear. It's not Republicans. It's not Republicans that you're hurting with this strategy. It's the American people, the American taxpayer. The American taxpayer that's paying for a government that's not serving them. They are the ones. They are the ones that your strategy is hurting. And I say this with all sincerity. I want to offer a perspective. Because yes, I'm fired up about this. I'm frustrated by it. I think it's wrong. But I want to fix it. So I want to offer this perspective. If leverage was your goal, you got as much leverage now as you're ever going to get. Never going to get better than this. The shutdown has lasted 38 days. Do you really think you'll have more leverage after 48 days or 58 days? You won't. It's just a matter of how much more suffering you will cause until it comes to an end. When will enough be enough? How much suffering must occur before you decide to vote with us to open up the government? I'm not asking you to abandon your principles. Would never do that. Everybody here stands on their principles. They argue and fight for what they want. Would never ask you to abandon your principles. If you want to defend Biden's COVID-era bonuses that prop up a broken Obamacare system, then keep fighting for them. If that's what you believe. Not working. You can propose your own legislation, or, which I would prefer, that you propose some bipartisan legislation that the majority leader of this chamber, I believe, will bring up to a vote. It's time for you to take yes for an answer, to work with us to solve these problems. Madam President, I wasn't here, neither were you, when all the Obamacare legislation was passed. Nor was I here when the Democrats voted to set an expiration date of 2025 for the subsidies that they now say they want to renew. They set the expiration date. But I'm here now. I want to fix it. I want to get some results. But those policies, those Obamacare policies have contributed to increasing health care costs that are the biggest driver of inflation in the 21st century. Look at this chart. This is the cost of consumer goods, services that have increased from 2000 to 2024. Hospital services, number one. Medical care services on this chart. Health care inflation is the most dramatic form of inflation that this nation has experienced in the 21st century, and it is due to Obamacare policies. Those are the facts, and that is the reality. I didn't create the problem. Many people in this chamber didn't create the problem, but I want to help solve the problem. I want to reduce the cost of health care. When the government shutdown ends, I am happy to be one of the people that works on solving the problem that others created. We want to fix this. We want people to be able to afford health care. But the way we do that is to drive down the costs. I want to work with anyone in this chamber that will change that, to eliminate the fraud that has filled up this ACA system, to target the benefits to those who truly need them, and to create an insurance market that doesn't rely on endless taxpayer subsidies. Create something that works. Reduce the costs of providing health care in this country. And I say this, for the love of God and country, stop making the American people suffer while we wait to do this. Bring it to an end. Open the government. Let's work together to reduce the cost of health care and make it more affordable. Because the truth is, you have no more leverage today than you did on day one. In fact, you have less, because there's less time to negotiate the items you claim to care about. There is less time today to negotiate it when this all started. So it's a matter of urgency. Let's get this done. Let's get the government open, and let's get to work. It's the longest government shutdown in American history. We can't change what happened in the past 38 days, but we can change the future. We can end this today, right now, today. We can end this. Let's get back to work. The American people expect their leaders to solve problems, not to stage them, not to create them, which is what's happened during this government shutdown. It's long past time to reopen the government, to restore trust, and to prove that the senators in this chamber can lead. That's the question that needs to be resolved, and it needs to be resolved today. It's time to reopen the government. Madam President, I yield.